The Table is Yours podcast contains content that may not be suitable for some audiences, such as themes of violence, swearing, sexual language, alcohol, and death. We advise you to check the episode description for any other specific content warnings. Please, if any sequences or episodes are ever triggering or uncomfortable in any way, we ask you take a pause from the episode or skip it entirely. It is important that our table is a safe space for everyone, including you.
The Table is Yours podcast is a role-playing adventure show where a bunch of friends around a table and through video call play tabletop role-playing games like Dungeons & Dragons. Together, we hope to bring the joy and fun of our game to you wherever you are, as if you're part of our table. For when you're sitting, creating, and playing with us, the table is yours. Hello, and welcome to The Table is Yours, a role-playing adventure show where a bunch of friends sit around a table and through video call and play Dungeons & Dragons.
Yes.
My name...
TTRPGs.
Right. My name is Con Riley. I am your GM. My pronouns are they, them. You can follow me anywhere at Kryles. I'm sure it'll be in the doodly-doo below. And for this week's fun fact, we were doing what was it, Andrew?
Which cereal mascot would you hang out with?
Okay, no, there's a lot of good choices, but I would probably say the Raisin Bran guy. The son. I just think he's cool with his scoops, and maybe he could also defend me if someone's rude to me.
Excellent choice.
But with that, let's meet all of our serial killer friends.
What?
Starting with Lexi May.
Hi, my name is Lexi May Hunter. I use she, her pronouns. I play one, the human artificer, who also uses she, her pronouns. You can find me at Be Real with Lexi May Help You, and on Instagram with Lexi May Hunter. The character I would hang out with, for sure, is the Blueberry Ghost.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Andrew. I play Wash. My pronouns and his pronouns are he, him. Yeah, you can find me on Steam still. Tangy Lobster. Cool. I would hang out with the Cookie Crisp mascot because, he's had so many jobs. He's had a rich life. He used to be a burglar. Now he, coaches sports.
I really thought you were saying he has so much sex. I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
My name is Sydney. My pronouns are she, her, as are Codex Sayori, my little rabbit, Gorwirl. I'm not a big cereal person lately. But I guess I would say, Count Chocula seems like a really chill.
I forgot to say that fucking bee. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, you want to be yelled at about your cholesterol all day? No. Hi, I'm Rebecca. I play Isabella Valador, Tiefling Paladin Bard of the group. We both use she, her pronouns. I would hang out with Captain Crunch because he seems kind of crazy.
Good choice.
Sorry, I did not know Vic also picked
Hi, I'm Vic. I play Resident Rat Boy Terrence Estadas.
Right.
I use they, them pronouns. Terrence uses he, they pronouns. And I was also going to say the captain, but you can say
The captain.
the captain.
the.
How has no one
Crunch.
said Tony the Tiger yet?
And of course, you can follow us anywhere at TTIYDND on all social medias. Follow our Patreon, support us on Patreon, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok,
Spotify.
Apple Podcasts. With that, let us get into the recap of what happened last time on The Table is Yours. What a wonderful recap. What a great recap that was.
So good.
So, starting off exactly where we left off. What story shall be sung today? One can never know how the melody might sound. Our adventurers have already begun to pluck the strings of their story, and their combined composition is unfolding like a road before us.
Okay, so Issa called Casimir and she explained to him all of what Maud told her last time with the theory that Arathia was possessing Sham. They talked for a long time about that and Issa's worries about what Arathia would want with her, and also Balthazar's plan for blotting out the sun and Casimir's parents and a bunch of other stuff that downed both their moods super hard. After that, we discussed going to the Merc side to go past the Blacklights the next day, and then I went up to my room, sad and still feeling kind of responsible for me and Wash getting kidnapped by Balthazar, which, granted, it was my my fault. One came to my room to check on me, offering an owlbear claw as an invitation to talk. She told me not to blame myself so much and to kinda have more faith in myself despite my worries of the uncontrollable wild magic and all the Hexleap stuff that we know now. I appreciated her comfort and gave her a hug, but she seemed to also be a little down in general, hinting that she had made some pretty bad mistakes in her past that she was trying to not let deter her from continuing forward. Before we went to bed, I taught her a secret handshake and called her Cece, but she said I could just call her Connie, or if I really wanted a nickname for her, Ruby. The next day we made our way down to the Lost and Found in Merkside and caught up with Darian briefly, and one began to spill the beans on everything, like the diamonds and gods and literally everything. But we and Darian stopped her because they didn't want to get involved in any of it. We then went dun 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 past the black lights, which was super scary. There were voices off in the distance feigning needing help and the squishy slime beneath our feet, and one said just don't look, just keep going forward. But eventually we made it into a building that had a red glow inside, and there was this huge vat of blood. There were symbols everywhere and the eerie feeling that undead were all around. Of course, when I used my sword to look into a suit of armor, a zombie was inside, and then a whole horde began to surround us. To top it all off, the coin given to me by Silly Simon for the sending spell that I had sent out earlier went off, and Balthazar said he'd consider giving us another chance and to meet him at the Summit Graduation Hall. First, we have to make sure we aren't undead food, and make sure that he doesn't find out that we were down here in the first place.
Next up, Terrence.
I wasn't I still have a bonus action I have to do.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Do your bonus action.
With a bonus action, I can jump 5 times my proficiency bonus, and I don't draw attacks of opportunity. So I am going to basically rabbit hop, I believe 15 feet backwards. Yeah.
Okay, that'll get you exactly to the wall next to the broken down doors now. This will get you to the wall of the building. Noted. Okay, Terrence.
Terrence kind of scans in front of him and is like, 2 guards, big slime. What he's gonna do is he's going to take 2 serums out and he's gonna drink both of them at the same time.
Noted. All right.
So that is one of my things I can do. So that's an action to consume multiple serums at the same time. So he takes the 2 serums out of his utility belt. He kind of chugs them both down at the same time, and he kind of stretches his hands out as if to crack his knuckles, and as he does, his arms beef up and kind of out from his arms and into his hands. He cracks his knuckles and he twists his necks and turns towards the 2 guards, or not guards, but the 2 armored things, and is just gestures bring it on. Bring it on, zombies.
Noted. All right.
Skeletons leans over and is nice.
Skeletons are shit. All right. Wash and ease at the same time, but Wash, just for ease, you go first.
I'm gonna run at the one that Codex just jumped away from and give it a good old 1-2 in the face.
Alrighty.
It does an 11 hit.
11 will hit, yep.
Oh, nice. Cool. I'll do the damage for that first.
Scary.
That's 7 damage.
Alright.
And then for the second hit, 17.
That'll still hit, yep.
And 5 damage.
5.
So Wash runs up, I guess jumps in the air, almost does a Superman punch, but I don't have Haymaker yet, so it's less cool. Punches in the face and then gives, I don't know, a gut punch, which normally works, but not with a zombie.
So, Issa, it is now your turn. The ooze is at the top of the well going, hey.
I'm going to go after the ooze first. So what I'd like to do is cast my channel divinity, the Vow of Enmity, which as a bonus action, I can, say a Vow of Enmity against a creature I see within 10 feet, and I gain advantage on attack rolls against the creature for 1 minute.
Gotcha, okay.
Unless it goes down.
Okay. Are you going to move around 1 and V2 to get there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm inserting myself into the fight as I can, which I think means I am right next to the edge of the well. And then I'd, like to take a swing with a Divine Smite at the ooze. So I cast Vow of Enmity. I think I'm just kind of fuck. And I'm instinctively when I get in fights, I do grab my Bonona symbol, so I think it just kind of and then I would like to get around 1 and V2 so that I have a clear shot at the ooze that just came out of the well and strike it with like my highest level divine smite and my axe. I take out my axe and everyone will notice that Issa grabs her axe and she's just using one hand now. So 24.
Is your weapon non-magical?
Yeah, it's not magical.
Perfect.
That I know of.
Yeah, it'll hit.
13 radiant and 9 slashing.
All right, yeah, it will do 22 damage. You slash at the black pudding, and as soon as you hit it, you watch as it kind of like it squirts out, as like from the slice, some of it squirts out and hits you, and you will take some poison damage, or acid damage, I'm sorry, you'll take some acid damage. As it kind of like, parts of it fly when you cut it, you take 3 points of acid damage that kind of like probably hits you in the face, and you watch as your axe slices through, it does kind of like bubble at the part of the metal that starts to corrode away. So now you'll have -1 penalty to all damage rolls with your axe. You watch as you hit it, you kind of slice it almost in half. It's after the hit is done is when you see that the metal is corroding as it splits.
Great.
I hate when that happens.
I hate when you're fighting one thing and then it becomes 2 things.
And it does sound like there are more.
Great.
Zombo's turns. The two will definitely take you up on your offer, Terrence, and come towards you. Or Terry, sorry. As they kind of come over towards you, and they both like slash at you with their arms. They're gonna slam and get into the jam. That is a modified 20 to hit and an 18 to hit.
Damn, both.
Both will hit.
Fuck.
Gotcha. Alrighty, this will be 6 damage from each, so 12 total as they kind of just like push into you and they kind of like scratch down your chest.
What kind of damage?
This is bludgeoning.
Okay, so 6 total.
6 total. Mm-hmm. And they are like kind of both flanking you on either side, like just swiping at you as you're trying to fend them off after their first attack.
Mm-hmm. As they reach out to slash him, he'll just hold up his like huge arms in front, like crisscrossed in front of his chest, so they can just take slashes at his forearms. And he holds them off with those.
Then the one at Wash that was attacking Codex before is fully going to step out of this plate of armor next to you and just kind of like turn to kind of like grab at your throat and slash you or bludgeon you, but hit you.
I'm gonna do check hook.
Okay.
It's an attack roll. If it hits, it rolls at disadvantage.
Okay. That is a 13 hit.
Okay, well, I got a 19 to hit, so he's gonna roll that at disadvantage.
Does 13 hit you?
No.
Do you do that if I don't hit you?
It's either way, yeah. Check hook. The opponent makes a melee attack against you, but before you know it, if it hits, you may use your reaction to make one unarmed strike. If it hits, your opponent is automatically misses their attack, so never mind. It's not disadvantage.
Yeah, so I missed anyway. It tries to like swipe at you by your throat.
Okay, I just slap his hand away, like just like out of here.
This is like coming towards you.
It goes, ow.
Hey!
Food.
The other one that is at the back will come towards you as well. It does have enough movement to get to you, so it will also do the same thing as it. Like if you slap its buddy's hand out of the way. It's like, hey, can't do that. It's gonna swipe at you as well.
Best friend.
That is a natural 20.
I have, this is the first time she gets to use one of her things. Instead of using what I usually use, which is a spell, you kind of, I mean, Wash, you don't see it, but her eyes kind of like glint, and this, on the little like half coin necklace that she has, this rune flares to life in the shape of a fox head. And you see like a fox just appear in front of you, and like its jaws, like it's made of like pink fire. Its jaws just clamp down on whatever this thing is swinging at you. This is basically, she's a rune knight. I took something called the cloud rune. I'm changing it to be a fox rune. When you or a creature I can see within 30 feet of me is hit by an attack roll, I can use my reaction to invoke the rune and choose a different creature within 30 feet to be the receiver of the attack. So, the fox is going to chomp onto this thing and redirect the attack to hit the other zombie.
Noted. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, well, that will definitely hit with a natural 20.
It uses the same roll, and the magic will transfer the attack's effects regardless of the attack range. But this is a one-time use.
Okay. Yeah, so you just watch as like try to like hit you with this like open hand as it like you see this fox kind of appear, grab its wrist with its maw and misdirect it over to the other zombie, and it kind of just like slashes, which kind of tumbles back and hits the armor before they both kind of like shake it off and are like going back at you.
I got you!
Thanks. 1.
Yeah, so I'm going to try to move myself away. Does that invoke opportunity attack?
Nope.
Oh, sick. Because I'm going to get myself some distance. So I'm going to get myself a little bit of distance. I'm going to leave V2 there because if I didn't know that happened, I don't think I would be. I would let
V2's not in melee range.
Perfect. I'm going to leave V2 close enough to Issa to protect Issa.
Does V2 have to be within 5 feet of the thing attacking?
Yes, it does. So I whistle for V2 to move forward towards Issa as I move back and probably like slide into like a crouched shooting position and as I launch 2 shots straight into the ooze. One is a nat 20 and one is a 14.
Noted. Both will hit. Why'd you roll twice? Oh, for
Extra attack. But I whistle for V2 to go over to the ooze as I slide into like, I think like the Counter-Strike like crouch shooting pose as I launch 2 shots straight into the ooze that I have clear sight of.
Cool.
So I do 22 damage.
Okay. It is still up. It's kind of like lurching and leering towards Issa as when you like, it kind of like gets hit twice. It kind of like starts like wriggling over to you.
Does it look like when you shoot ballistic jelly?
Yeah, almost, yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. That ended your turn?
Yeah, I'm going to leave V2 protect Issa.
Gotcha.
So whenever it has a chance to use a reaction, it will impose disadvantage to one of the...
Noted. Alright, the oozes will start. As you shoot it, you do hear another as another black pudding kind of comes to the top. Full size. The ones currently in front of Issa that are flanking her on her left and right in front of her. They
Another
are
one comes up
medium-sized.
from the well?
Yes.
Fuck.
A large one comes out like the other one was large. So there's now 3 oozes in total that will all attack Issa. Sorry. This is the top of the round. Alrighty, let's do the 2 little ones first. For the little ones, it is a 21 to hit and then a 14 to hit.
The 21 hits.
One at disadvantage for V2.
I did not, no. 19 to hit.
That hits.
Tried my best, dog.
You tried. You know what? We gave it our all.
The 13 will not hit?
No.
And then as you watch the other one kind of like climb to the top, it is also going to swipe the first thing it sees, which is unfortunately you. That is a 15 to hit.
Yeah.
Damn, girl, we gotta get you better armor.
1, I said I needed more art. Fuck.
Literally have 15 AC.
Is this the first time someone's getting hit?
Yeah.
It didn't hit 1, did it?
This doesn't sound very good.
No, it
Why are you
doesn't.
saying it like
It sounds
that?
bad, actually. Good news.
I love playing D&D with my friends. My friends, you know.
All right. The first hit from the medium one will be, will be 22 damage, 7 of which is bludgeoning. The other is acid. Your armor will lose a -1 penalty. What is your armor at now?
14.
Great. It will go down again because of the other hit.
Right.
The moment it hits 10, it's gone.
I'm gonna Hellish Rebuke one of these.
Okay, I'll say this one. So that's the first one. The first one swipes at you, and it kind of like hits up your arm and hits the top of your breastplate, which corrodes the breastplate and burns your arm. As well, it just hurts from the impact. The next one that comes up, like the big one that kind of follows behind, it will just kind of like, almost like, the best way I can say is like a fucking frog's tongue getting a fly, kind of just, as it kind of just like comes forward to slap you. That'll be for an amount of 22 damage, 9 of which is bludgeoning. The rest is acid.
Okay.
Are you still up?
Yeah.
Your armor class is now down to 13.
Yeah.
You're going to use your reaction to do Hellish Rebuke on the big one?
Yeah.
Alright, what do I have to roll? Dex?
Try it.
Yeah, it's a Dex 15.
Yeah, I got a 10. I got a natural 13, but 10.
Great. Okay. So it's 3d10 fire. Oh, okay. 21 fire.
I think we should leave.
Guys, I think we should leave. Guys!
All of what happens is basically you watch as like this other one kind of like climbs up. Anybody who's near the 2 medium-sized black puddings, you watch them kind of like the best way I can say is like lick a tongue like a frog, lunge at Issa. As one, she kind of like dodges out of the way, but the other one kind of grabs her in her dodge, and then the other one, the huge one that kind of climbs back up, does the same thing and just kind of like darts, hits her with the like ichor of the ooze. As Issa just like shrieks in pain of being burned, before out of her you see this kind of burst of flame come out of her screen that hits the big one. All right, fine. Codex.
Haha, okay. Seeing all of this happen, do I hear anything coming from outside?
I would say there's too much noise going on for you to hear. I'll tell you a spoiler. It's zombies shuffling over. I don't know if you'll hear zombies shuffling.
cool. Spoiler alert. Okay, she has one ear swiveled out the door and one ear swiveled.
And one eye unlocked.
Exactly. She watches all that happen. I'll step forward 5 feet so I'm within range of not getting disadvantage. And then I am going to... She kind of like... She'll sheath her parry dagger and pull out... There's like on her back, and then pull out another dagger that's just like a normal dagger. And she's just gonna like wheel back and try and whip it at the largest slime.
Gotcha. Okay. Roll to hit.
Everybody pray. 12 to hit.
Oh, that will hit, yeah.
Let's go. As it hits...
What is the damage?
Piercing.
Oh, shit! I realized something. I'm a big dumb. Easy split this 2 slimes. They sure were split. What I'll say is, when other things have hit the slimes, it's made a noise of pain. When Issa split it, it just split. That's what I'll say. Are you picking up what I'm putting down?
Slashing damage.
Slashing is immune. What was the radiant damage, though? Do you remember? Was it like 8?
It was 13.
Okay, so then they have much more health than I thought they did. Good.
This is all gonna go off at once. But as she lets go of the dagger, her whole body is encased in like this pink energy, and this like form of a like giant grizzly bear kind of encases her and is size large. I'm invoking my giant smite, which is now bear's might. So I count as large now. Yeah. And I gain advantage on strength checks, saving throws, and on each of my turns, if I hit with an attack, with a weapon or an unarmed strike, I can deal extra damage. Yeehaw. So she like lets go of the dagger, and like the bear claw kind of like extends past her hand. And as the dagger hits the slime, it's going to explode into a fiery rune as like a cobra snakes out of the slime and coils around the slime. I need the slime to make a strength saving throw.
I got a 22.
Damn, okay. It's not restrained, but it is going to take an extra 2d6 fire damage on hit, so I'm going to roll my damage now.
Yeah, and piercing it will take. Tell me what piercing as well.
Yeah, faux show. I'll split everything up. So it's going to be 10 piercing damage, and then it's going to be 7 fire damage.
Okay.
And the snake basically like coils around it, and like the fire kind of like rips through it, and the second it like gets to the top, it kind of just like dissipates as it makes its strength save.
Okay, noted. Next person, that's Terrence. You got the 2 boys at you.
Yeah, dude.
One on your left, one on your right. No one's directly in front of you.
Can I ask a silly question?
Sure.
Can you swap one with the other?
Can I bonk their heads together, and would it count as a improvised weapon to hit one of them with the other one?
You ask this every time. It's not a silly question.
Yeah, but I'm not trying to pick one up and hit it with the other one. I'm just trying to like smash their heads together.
Do you have extra attack?
Yeah.
I would just unarmor attack them, and you can flavor that.
Okay. Terry is going to, like, he has his arms, like, in front of him right now, and he's just going to take them, pull his fist back, and kind of bring his 2 fists together on either side of their heads, because they're both right in front of him, and he's going to try and bring his fists together to squash them.
Roll to hit for your attack and extra attack.
Okay, attack. So that is a 16.
Yep.
And then a 17 plus 8.
Both will hit.
So, you do much better if you work together. And he's going to punch.
As they just like crack into each other.
So it did 20 damage total. So the first one was... It did 12 to 1 for some reason.
Okay.
And then...
8 to the other?
Yeah, 8
Okay,
to the other.
noted.
And then the one he did less damage to, he's just going to like grab it by the head and pull it back and hit him against the other.
Okay, noted.
That's a natural 13.
Yep, that'll hit.
And then 8 more damage.
Noted. Okay. They are both still up. They're not looking great, but they're also zombies. Alrighty. Wash.
How do these guys in front of me look? Well, how does the one that got hit?
They both look fine.
Oh, okay.
There's one directly in front of you and one that's like
Off the
diagonally.
side,
If you want to
yeah.
move between them, you can do that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep swinging at this one that I've already hit.
Okay, noted.
Cool. So I'm gonna go for just 1-2 in the face. That's a bad one. That's 10.
That'll still hit.
Oh wow.
Unless I'm wrong, but those should still hit. They'll still hit.
Okay, and the other one is much higher than that.
Okay.
Cool. First will be 7 damage. Second will be 8 damage. So a total of 15.
Okay. How do you finish this?
Wash is going to do a quick left jab. Realize that it's kind of dazed, and then grab him with the other hand and bring him down to give a knee in the face.
All right. How much was was the damage of the last one?
8.
8. Okay. Okay, so you kind of like boom, jab it, and kind of like as it falls over, and then you kind of watch as it like as it starts to get back up.
Dumb.
Right.
Issa, your turn.
What is it? A bonus action to call someone on Ascending Stone, or like what are the vibes on that?
Is that your plan?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull out Ascending Stone.
I'll give it to you as your action.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm trying to get away from them. Like, I would very much like to take a disengage, but if it's a full action to call Kaz, then I will take the action. I have no idea if Kaz can get down here, if the cell service, if the stone service reaches from here to... I think I'm yelling to the party, like, guys, we have to get out of here. I'm gonna fucking die. And it looks like those things are getting up right after you fucking kill them. So we need to leave.
Okay, so what are you doing? You're calling Kaz?
Yeah, I'm fumbling around in my, like, pockets to get the ruby stone out. If you can hear me, we're in a lot of trouble. I don't know if you can help, but I need help.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean trouble?
We're by the vat in the Merc side.
Okay, you're trying like, you're not, I'm not gonna say you're not falling out of 5 feet of the oozes, but you're like backing up as they're just kind of like lunging at you.
Yeah, I'm definitely like just trying, like we're moving in the same,
Yeah, you're actually
same speed, like crab crawling. I'm like,
you're in Merc side?
feel the rain. Yes, I told you that. I told you we were going to the Merc side.
No, I know, but where in Merc side?
Okay, so if you go past, do you know where Verano's, it's just like, Verano's thing, and then you go up the river, and, you just keep going, and then there's a new building, and there's a shed, and there's blue fungi, and, and there's, and I don't know.
Kaz will respond in your next turn. So, we now have up, the Zomboids' turns.
I will be using a bonus action to cast Shield of Faith on myself.
So Shield of Faith on Issa. Alright, Zombies' turns. Again, Codex, you do hear what sounds like shuffling coming towards you from the door. They're not yet there, but they are approaching fast. Terrence, with the two that are in front of you, that you kind of bonk their heads together, they kind of like as they will both at the same time try to bite into you from the left and the right. So let me do a quick roll for them. Probably won't. Let's see. I love DMing. It's so much fun. I never get stressed out when I DM. Alright,
Mood.
yeah, okay. So they both kind of like lunge into you. I'm assuming a 7 and a 9 will not hit collectively.
No.
No. Okay, yeah. So they kind of just like slam in to try to hit you.
I like reach my hands into their mouth and like pull up, like so that
Ooh!
they're like. Ugh.
You probably hear like from tearing of their jaw. Wash, the two that are in front of you, the one that is directly in front of you and then the one that is kind of flanking you from your left, they both kind of like quickly kind of surround you. The one in front of you tries to grab you from the shoulders and tries to hit you, as the one to the left of you is going to go completely behind you but staying within vicinity so you cannot engage in attack of opportunity. So one behind and one in front. Let's see what they do.
Check the first. Ooh, that's not
have
that's not a big number. It's a 13.
13 will hit.
Oh, nice. He'll take 7 damage while that happens. So as the one in front of me tries to grab me and then hit me.
Yes, and the one behind you tries to do the same. It'll miss with a 9. They're probably going to completely miss behind you.
So Wash is going to do a quick elbow on the one behind to cause it to miss.
Okay.
And then come in with a right hook in the one in front of it and kind of spins its head.
You probably you like kind of punch that one in front of you and like as the jaw just completely comes off and kind of flies and probably hits right near V2.
Yeah, V2 gets distracted by the jawbone.
V2 is right behind Issa, so that it probably just lands right next to V2, and V2's kind of like back to the black pudding, like just right back to the black pudding. Yeah, so that'll be their turn, and the other ones are moving. So that is the next one.
When I hit the last one, did it recoil in any way, or did it just keep moving forward?
There was a split of it that it was affected by what you did, but it's still moving forward. They
Okay.
don't act like humanoids would.
Well, yeah, I was wondering if it was moving, like when I hit it, did it like stop for a second?
I mean, no.
Okay, cool. That was.
There was a noise of pain, but
I'm gonna move myself to the door.
okay.
I'm going to actually whistle V2 back to me.
No.
And
Will he immediately come? Okay, and that will be an attack of opportunity from the black puddings. You watch as V2 kind of like moves your whistle and starts to come towards you. You see the black pudding that is fully flanked by Issa that you can't see. You do see kind of extend out to hit V2. That'll be a 23 to hit.
Actually, that hits.
V2 will take. You kind of watch as V2 kind of like yips a bit as V2 takes a total of. Drum roll, don't drum roll, but like fantasy drum roll, please. 22 damage, 17 of which is acid. However,
acid, not poison.
Yes. Damn it. However, for the people who were paying attention, that when Issa got hit and her axe did get corroded, V2 does not corrode.
Interesting.
You do not see any melting of V2. He does seem. I mean, he doesn't seem fine, like that like your poor boy. But like,
yeah,
he does not corrode as he then like kind of runs past Codex floating inside giant 10-foot bear. V2 is in front of you.
Yeah, awesome. One just gives this. I think we got what we're looking for. Let's get out of here. After I say that, I kind of position myself, and I'm going to take something from another TTRPG, and you can tell me if I can or can't do this.
Okay.
But I'm readying. I'm going to ready my action for if something tries to hit Issa in hopes that I throw it off its movement. The thing I'm taking from is from Urban Shadows, where it's like I can hit to hurt or hit to have something happen, which means it does less damage, but it helps the what's it called?
I would take it as you're not attacking them. You're imposing disadvantage on them.
I'll take it.
That's what I'll give you. Yeah, no, you can do that. I'll let you basically impose disadvantage on one that will try to hit her. Noted. But you want to stay where you are.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold position at the door.
Gotcha. All right, top of the round. That is the Ooze's turn. So they are going to go right after Issa, and I'm imposing disadvantage to one of them.
Okay.
So, Issa, a 10 does not hit, an 11 does not hit, but a 18 does.
Yeah.
On that hit, I'm going to cast Silvery Barbs.
Will a 15 still hit, Issa?
Yeah.
It will? Oh no, it went down because it went...
So my armor class is 15, which sucks, but then it went down to 13, and then I cast Shield of Faith, so it's back to 15.
Right.
Issa!
Did you Wild Magic Surge, Sydney?
Oh, I have to roll. Hold on, everybody, please. The secondary half of Silvery Barbs, because I've cast it so many times. Issa, you get advantage on your next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. I don't Wild Magic Surge. We're good.
Noted. So, as these things kind of like try to lunge at you, one does shoot at the one that is in her closest vantage. It still is like, it kind of like goes around your arcane bullet, as then you watch as Codex is like giant. I just imagine like Codex like this in the fucking bear.
No, she's feet are firmly planted on the ground, and the bear is just making up for the height.
Gotcha. You watch as sort of like the pink arcane kind of shoots out to stop the black pudding, but it still kind of oozes around and almost like twists and curls to hit you still for a 15, which you said was still hit. So, that's not gonna be good. I'll tell you what.
I appreciate you all. This has been fun playing in the campaign.
As it kind of like coils to hit you, Issa, you will take 23 damage in total. That is 6 bludgeoning and 17 acid. As again, it kind of pierces through your breastplate and kind of melts part of it, losing another -1 to your AC. So it's your AC with your Shield of Faith. Which, do you have to do concentration for that?
I'm dead. It doesn't matter.
You're dead? You're down?
I'm down. I'm not dead. Obviously, the 22 damage did not kill me, but I am down. I had 12 hit points left.
Noted.
Yeah, their hits hurt.
Noted. As it coils around the help that was trying to be achieved through one and Codex, it kind of like just like pierces right at like where your heart would be at your breastplate, that then melts it as you kind of get like knocked down. For everybody else, you watch as it starts to wrap around Issa's leg.
It's probably fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Alrighty, Codex.
Oh god. Okay. How unfortunate. All right. She watches all of this happen, and she's gonna like glance over at Wash, see that Wash is doing relatively fine, and then she just kind of like looks back at one, and then makes like this snap decision, and she's going to run after Issa and try and haul Issa away.
Noted.
And if I can shield her, preferably while I'm hauling her away, like with my body, I would do that.
Sure. Let's just do a wit of strengths here. Make a strength check. If you have athletics, I'll give it to you. I'm going to contest to see as you both are pulling for Issa. It'll just be the one, not all three. That'd be fucking insane.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have advantage on strength checks, and I just rolled 2 10s.
I also rolled a natural 10, but with I have extra additives. I had a 13.
I have a 14.
14?
Nice.
So there's, do you want to describe it, or do you want me to describe this kind of like tug of war? Basically, the one that is like, the one that was like in front of her wrapped around Issa's leg, and it's probably burning her fucking leg.
Codex, like, she, like, looks at Wash, looks at one, and then she just, you see her make a decision in her head, and she, like, sprints in, and, like, Codex, the person, physically, like, grabs onto Issa and kind of, like, slides her arms up, like, under your armpits and starts hauling you backwards, and the giant, like, bear that's made of, like, arcane energy kind of just, like, reaches through and, like, cleaves through the ooze to, like, cut you free as she starts to drag you backwards.
I am going to, from what you said, I am going to have them hit you as attack of opportunity instead of her.
Okay.
It's kind.
That'll be all 3 of them.
Oh, shit, okay.
No.
She was in 5 feet of all of them.
Listen, I'm sorry, this is what Codex would do. It's the way it is.
Listen, I think everyone's playing their characters well.
What I will say is, you do watch as she falls, like it looks, you do see a glint of something that looked kind of Ruby-esque, kind of like fall to the ground. You can't hear out of it, but I'm sure it's like Issa, hello, from Kaz, as you watch them kind of climb over it and dissolve it.
I still have Blur active, so they all have disadvantage against
You're
me.
right, that's true.
It's hot. You're doing very hot things.
Oh wow, okay.
Trying!
The big one is critically fails. You watch as you kind of grab it. It's almost like the bear's arm without you kind of like pushes it back. And then the other 2 were 10 and 15, but it's plus 5 each. So modified 20 and a 15.
Yeah.
They both hit.
Will hit.
Okay, so the 2 small ones that were kind of like grabbing Issa kind of again coil towards you.
I mean, I don't think it would work. I have rabbit hop. I can move, like, I can jump without provoking opportunity attacks, but I'm carrying Issa, so I would assume that doesn't work that way.
I'm gonna say because people could tell me I'm wrong, but hey, guess what? The table's mine right now. This is the way I run my games. I figure it out as I go, and we just try to have fun, and I try to be fair and also interesting. What I'll say is because you were overtaking Issa's place of where she was, you were taking on the opportunity attacks that would have been against her.
Okay.
Because otherwise, if you pulled her, they would have been against her body.
Right.
That's what I'll say.
Yeah, I was literally just asking because I was like, I feel like I shouldn't be able to use it, but like, if I have to make a strength,
You might be able to, but I'm just gonna say for that trade-off, that makes the most sense to me.
for sure.
All right, this is gonna be bad.
All right.
Please.
You have armor, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great. It's gonna go down twice.
I won't. Yeah, I won't for long. That's
What's your armor class?
same as Issa's.
Mine's a 12 right now, so.
It's going to be the same as Issa's.
So it's gonna be down to 13, but they both kind of like almost in these 2 split black puddings. They kind of coil and reach at you from like either end as they both kind of like launch twice on either side of you, really digging deep and burning you. The first one hits for, that'll be 8 bludgeoning plus 19 acid.
Okay. Let me. So it's 27.
27 for the first hit.
Oh, my body.
This is gonna go really well.
Con, roll low so I can do cool stuff.
Yeah, could you let Sydney live? Just for it.
Please roll low!
And for the second attack, how are you doing? You okay?
No.
Oh, good. For the second attack, that'll be 9 bludgeoning and 14 acid.
Close, but I am down. I'm so sad.
Fuck.
So
Interesting.
how far would they have moved?
Not very. I will give you the grace that as you kind of descend back into your regular height with no more bear, that you have at least 10 feet of distance.
Let's go.
I'm going to say that Issa is further from them, and you are now the 10 feet distant because you made her priority.
So she probably, as she's like turning, she like is turning to drag Issa to the side. So she probably gets hit in the back, and it's enough damage that it like knocks her probably towards Issa onto the ground. And when she screams, like the ripple from her scream kind of like bursts through the like hot pink arcane energy between Blur and the bear, and it all just kind of like explodes outwards. Not in impact, but like almost just like a disruption goes through it, and it like ripples and then just fizzles out as she collapses.
Terrence, you are still fighting these 2 zombies, and you, from everything that's going on with Issa and Codex right now, you are 50 feet away.
50 feet.
You are far away.
I didn't realize the room was that big. Okay. But I think if I'm able to take both of them out in this particular moment, then I can look over there and be like, fuck. Like,
Yeah, this room is 85 by 55 feet.
okay.
It's big.
I am just going to swing on him. I have 3 attacks, but I'm just going to roll for 2 at the moment and see what that does, and then decide if I want to do something else. The first one is an 18, and the second one is more than that.
That'll hit. Both will hit.
So that is 11 on the left one, 12 on the second one.
So I can think of like a good way of saying how do you want to do it.
What you doing?
What you doing?
Where you at?
Oh, where you at?
You know what? Tell me what happens.
I like that.
Tell me what happens.
He is so unaware of kind of everything else going on around him, but like with all of the disruption happening over there, he like hones in, looks at these two, and just takes the left one's head and smashes it into the other, so it like clears his line of vision, and he's now looking directly at everything going on across the room. I'm gonna start heading in that direction. Is there another one in my path?
Well, they might still be in your path.
Oh, fuck! They have to stand back up. Okay.
They don't have to. They have the ability to. If they.
Can I have one more action. I want to, like, if it starts to stand up, I want to be like stay down.
Yeah. So one completely collapses to the floor, and the other one also does. And you're like, and then it kind of like. It comes back up.
I'm gonna fucking Donkey
Roll it
Kong
in.
punch it back into the back from whence you came.
That's because of where you are in your overdraw, right?
Yeah,
Or not your overdraw. That's where you are in your. Oh no.
I am in overdraw.
Yeah.
But I have a single unarmored strike as a bonus action.
Yep.
So that is it is in the 20s.
Okay, that'll hit. It only has. Well, actually, you don't have to roll for damage.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Do it just in case because you could do more, but probably won't.
12.
Okay, yeah. It is down again, and you kind of like boom as it falls to the floor, and you're like waiting there just to like. It's down.
Yeah, he's like, he like crushes it out of the way and like goes to take a step. He hears it like crinkle back up, and he looks at it and he's like, "Stay down!" and like smashes it into the ground again, and then is like now laser focused, going towards the commotion. If there's another zombie on the way,
the closest ones are the ones that are flanking Wash from either side.
Okay, then I'm heading straight, and I have 40 feet of movement. I'm heading straight to Issa and Codex to try and. I'm going to try and get them out of there.
Gotcha. You'll pass by the ones by Wash, but unless you're not stopping to hit them, they won't hit you because they're flanked Wash.
He's easily directed, but he does care about his friends, and he sees 2 of them are hurt, so he wants to go help them.
Yeah, so you are 10 feet from Issa. There's a 5-foot space between you two. Mm-hmm. And then right behind Issa is Codex. Alrighty. Wash's turn, and then Issa death save, but Wash go first.
I'm going to put myself in between the black puddings and Codex.
That's 2 opportunity attacks from the zombies.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Oh my god.
They're weak.
You 2 need to kiss already.
One is standing in the doorway like, we need to go, and everybody's like...
To get them out of there first.
There are also zombies.
To be fair, we would have gone.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, one is gonna get, like, grabbed from the outside.
Let's go, we gotta go. Oh, jump scare. Okay. Well, that is a 13 to hit.
Oh no.
And then a natural 20.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
It will do.
I'll kiss you on the neck.
It does 5 bludgeoning damage.
Hell yeah.
Because I can only roll a d6 plus 1, and I rolled a 2. Okay, so you move right between the closest black pudding and Codex?
Yeah.
Okay, yep, so you're right between them. What you doing?
I'm gonna grab Codex's wrist, pull her up, and do healing hands.
Noted, okay.
Ooh, spicy.
Are you pulling her up, like, to stand her up like a puppet?
Yeah.
Or, like...
Like, to stand her up.
Do you like her? Do you like her?
Yeah.
Alright, just describe what it looks like.
So Wash, like, breaks into a run, gets slashed on the back of the neck, and then, like, puts himself in between the slimes, or oozes, grabs Codex's wrist, that white light, like, kind of fades out the eyes into Codex, and lifts her up as, like, a slight glow, and you heal 6 health.
Hell
Oh my
yeah.
god.
So you're holding hands?
So you're holding hands.
So we're holding hands. No, he's holding my wrist. Everybody calm down, alright?
Do you let go, or do you continue to hold her hand after she gets the health?
No, I let go.
No!
I, like,
Damn.
He drops me. I take 4 bludgeoning damage from falling
He's
down.
throwing you over his shoulder with no care in the world. It's just...
get her out of here.
And she, like, looks so confused. She's like, Okay, thanks. And she like pats you on the shoulder and then goes to like grab Issa.
Alrighty, well then now it is zombies' turns. Oh
say
no,
that to
Issa, death save.
I rolled a 10 on my death save, and I didn't know if that passed or not.
It does.
Ten it up.
That's a meets it. One zombie is going to go straight for Issa, who's on the floor, and the other one's going to go for Terrence.
He puffs out his chest and says tax exemption.
All right, for Issa, it'll be attack rolls against an unconscious character have advantage, and any attack that hits the character is a critical hit.
Oh no.
Yep. Well, you watch as one zombie kind of like buckles over to go onto Issa as it starts tearing at her shoulder. You will lose 2 death saves. And the other one's going to Talons. Wow, this die is being nice to me to die. That'll be a 19 to hit.
Yeah, I guess.
That'll be 4 damage unhalved, so 2 bludgeoning. As it kind of like comes over to you and like starts to try to like claw at you, and it just kind of like bruises you more, and you're like,
I like put my hand on its head and it still gets a scratch on my shoulder, and I'm
like stop. For the rest of the zombies that are approaching from the bloodshed,
Jesus Christ.
when you do turn to see like what you hear behind you, you do see 2 from your back right. If you're looking into the room, your back right, that are nearing the entrance of the doorway. They're about 10 feet from you. Alrighty, 1.
I make my way towards Issa. As I'm looking at you, and I'm like, there's 2, bust through them.
I like him. He turns, he about faces towards the door.
I run to Issa, and I'm going to cast Cure Wounds just to get you up. So you heal 4.
Hell yeah.
Let's go!
One runs up to you and like pretty much grabs you by your collar and pulls you up and like throws her hand into your face as you come to. How many feet of movement was it to get to Issa? As I pretty much toss you in front of me, and I'm
There's
like,
an attack of opportunity on Issa then.
can I get in the way of it?
Unfortunately, no.
Why are you even rolling?
That's a natural 20 from the Codex dice.
This is just whack-a-mole.
Finny, this
I'm
is
not
your
doing
fault.
anything. I'm not doing anything. Why are you rolling
Is
my
that
dice?
is that 3 death save? What is that?
So she
back up.
she did heal you. So you go back. So what happens is this will be for a total. You're down again. This is for a total of 13 damage bludgeoning. As one pulls you up and is like, "You got to get out of here," and tries to pull you away. The zombie behind kind of and grabs at you and pulls you back, throwing you to the ground. As Lisa is yet again unconscious.
Am I closer to the black pudding now?
You're in the same exact spot.
Nothing has changed.
Well, you know, that's fine, I guess. I'm back to even, like, no saves and fails, right? Like, even with that critical hit, it doesn't count towards, like...
Correct. You are now back to 0-0.
Okay.
So in that moment, I guess Terry is like, looks back at you, like, it's probably like, aye, Captain, that happens, and then he's like, you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you doing anything else?
I whistle V2 back and say, give a V2 up as he goes into my back. Just to get him out. He is not looking good.
Gotcha. All right, V2 kind of like and melds into your armor. Top of the round. Ooze's turn. Wash.
I'm gonna check hook one of them.
Sure will. They are going to flank you, all 3 of them.
Oh.
So you're going to check hook the first one that moves towards you. Roll to hit.
16 plus 7.
That'll hit. This will be interesting.
6 damage.
Roll better. That was cute.
Oh yeah, I guess it doesn't do anything to it, which is weird, but you'd think it would. You think it would, like, you think you punching it, like, if it corrodes metal or wood, why would it not corrode flesh? But whatever. The black pudding's going to come towards you as one kind of reaches out the same way, and you kind of just like boom against the it's like sticky flesh, which kind of makes it like flatten back and kind of wriggle to fix itself to get ready for another attack. As the other 2 do the same thing, where they kind of like twist and like almost like, I'm just thinking like pretzel dough, where it like twists and it jabs. That'll be a 17 to hit and an 11.
11 misses, 17 meets it.
Okay, that'll be from the big one. So the small one also does it, and you kind of push it off as the big one just kind of and like shoots right at you, probably right in the chest.
I do have a shield. It's flavored as like an arm bracer, but yeah, so that can corrode, I'm assuming.
Does it count as a shield you're holding?
Yes.
Okay.
Because it's just kind of like a...
Yeah.
Then we'll take from the shield first, then your armor. So how much does it give you? +2?
Yep.
Okay, then it'll be -1 if it hits you again, then it's gone, and then it'll go armor down. So it'll be 3 bludgeoning and 14 acid.
Oh,
As it kind of it hits your arm shield and starts to dissolve the metal and wood. Codex.
Shit. Well, she's doing what Wash said, grabbing Issa.
Remember, Issa is flanked by a zomboid. It can hit her again.
She is going to... It'll be fine. Okay, I am going to use my bonus action to resummon the bear. So, like, I would say, like, flavor-wise, Wash, as you pick her up and, like, set her back down, she, like, just, like, gives you that nod, and she's like, thanks. And as she kind of, like, turns, the, like, magic kind of, like, twists back around her and forms that bear. And instead of, like, grabbing Issa, I'm going to try and shove the zombie away. And it's just gonna be the bear, like, backhanding this thing as she turns to move. I'm assuming I do a strength.
Yes, athletics. And then it's like a grapple check, basically.
Got it.
I got a 13.
I got a 15.
All right. So you kind of like boom, push this zombie 5 feet back as it like kind of like stammers back, and then it hits the one of the armors that are at the edge of the basin. And there's now nothing flanking Issa nor you.
Perfect. So, yeah, that's my bonus action, that's my action. And then I'm going to action surge, second wind, and heal myself for 1d10. So as she turns, the bear kind of like, the arcane energy like sweeps up around her, like, almost like an electric tornado, and then it forms into this grizzly bear as it kind of like swings to move the zombie out of her way, as she is just automatically like hooking her arms back under Issa and starting to drag her away. And as she goes, some of the arcane energy that, like, sweeps around her to form the bear also, like, seals up some of the, like, wounds and, like, cauterizes the burns. And if anybody's looking at her and you're looking closely, so, like, I would say, like, if one is still nearby and you're paying any attention, the arcane energy that, like, coats her wounds for a second forms into, like, these weird, like, almost animal-looking runes, and then, like, kind of, like, dissipates as she heals a little bit.
Gotcha.
That's sick as fuck.
Cool.
Yeah. What level fighter am I? 3. Okay, so I heal for 12 HP, and she, like, hooks her arms under Issa and gives one last look back at Wash and is like, are you gonna be okay?
No. Just go.
That's fair. That's fair.
She kind of, like, looks conflicted for a second. She's like, fuck, and she just starts to drag Issa out. I'm going to go as far as I can without drawing opportunity attacks and without putting Issa in danger.
Gotcha.
Again.
Yeah, you can do that because you can only move half your movement speed, which is what, 35 or 30?
Heron guns are not fast. I have a base of...
Okay, so you move 15 feet to get out. As you step out, there is now a zombie that's flanking you as you're carrying Issa. You notice there are 2 on your left and 2 slowly approaching on your right. But it looks like only 4 in total. It doesn't look like a horde, so that's nice.
What was up with these ones that they had to lock them in the bloodshed?
They have
These are the rejects.
Terry.
Nice. Okay. Terry's gonna take the risk of the opportunity attack to run outside, and while he's running outside, he's gonna pick up one of the doors, and he's gonna use that to hit people.
Sure. Sure. Codex is blocking the one full way before there's a zombie, and then another one that's kind of like not flanking that one, but not flanking Codex. You can go around that side with the door to hit them. So you'd have to go on their other side.
Yeah, that's fine.
Otherwise, you'll be right behind Codex waiting to get through the door.
Yeah, I'm gonna...
You're like,
I'm
excuse
gonna...
me? Like, excuse me?
No, as any way I can get out the door and then, like, just sweep
Yeah.
them.
Well, I'm going to roll to hit you first. Let's see. Nope. That is a 10.
Nope.
Yep.
Nice.
So as it kind of like tries to grab you, kind of push it behind you as you walk to the only way you can get out. As you are now flanked by the 2 that were on Codex's left, you pick up a big door to swing at them.
Yep.
Are you swinging to attack them? Or are you swinging to push them?
Well, I'm swinging to hit them, but I forgot I have Crusher, so if any hit I make with a bludgeoning object, will push it 5 feet. So that's why I wanted to go for the ones that are directly flanking.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Codex.
So yeah, you have one right in front of you and one to your right, which you can probably sweep to push them
Out of the way.
Like
I just
one.
want to clear the path for Codex to get out.
Yep.
So...
To move them 5 feet?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
That's a natural 15.
That'll hit.
That is a natural 17.
That'll hit.
It's going to be on different ones, because it's going to be like the initial hit and then the hit of that
Gotcha.
one going
Yep,
into
yep,
it.
yep.
So to the first one, the 11 damage on the first one, 17 to the second one. So I hit the first one, and then I hit the second one with like just the force of going through both. So
Okay. So they both get kind of pushed down 5 feet each. The one that was on your right is now still flanking you. It is still flanking Codex.
Okay, I'm going to take the door, and just crush it on top, because I have one more attack.
Gotcha, yeah.
Yep. And that's a natural 18.
Yep.
14 smack damage.
Tell me what happens.
Nice! Okay, so yeah, the way that he, busts through the door, he doesn't bust through the door. He grabs the door, busts through, and brings it around, swings the two away from him on his left, and then will just rear back, bring it over his head, and smack down the one that's in front of Codex, that's flanking Codex.
You kind of as it and you probably peek under the door a bit.
Yeah.
Seems dead. Yeah, it's not.
I'm stay down.
Yeah.
I keep it there for a second and rub it in.
The other one kind of just as it then is now focused on you and not Codex. The ones that you can't see on the other side of Codex are still focused on her though. And unfortunately Codex went before you, so she can't run yet. Alrighty, Wash and Issa. Issa, make a death save.
Right now?
Well, Wash first, then you, I guess.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna disengage and start moving away.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm gonna leave enough room for one to get out before me. So still inside.
You could, if you wanted to, you could completely go out and flank between Terrence and the other zombie, and one would have a space to get out.
Okay, sure.
Alrighty. Do you want to... Oh, no, that was your actions. Yep. So that is your turn, right?
Yep.
Alrighty. Issa, death save.
I would say, as Codex is dragging, half carrying, half dragging Issa, if she can hear at all, Codex is talking to you, and she's like, I got you, Issa! We're gonna get out of here!
Don't you quit on me!
Don't you quit on me! Open your eyes!
Zombies first. The zombies are going to flank you one. And the zombies are going to flank you, Codex.
I'm sweating.
And the one zombie's going to hit Wash. So the two zombies that were originally on Wash inside the room are going after you, one. The two zombies that were on the right that have been coming from the bloodsheds for a while now are going after you, Codex. And the one that Terrence did not manage to smash the door but just managed to push them away is going after you, Wash.
Check hook.
Gotcha.
That's my one.
13.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. It doesn't matter. What did you roll?
16.
Yeah. You first, I guess, yeah. I was going to do one first, but...
7 damage.
Tell me what happens.
Oh, he just runs outside, kind of trying to get his bearings, sees a zombie come try to slash at him, goes,
You said 7 damage?
Yep.
You knock his head off.
Quick punch.
Yeah, you kind of and as it just rolls.
Terry has the door on the ground and looks back to see Wash. He's keep an eye on that thing. He might come back.
Tracing the head that's away to the
You
body.
never know. You never know.
All right, one. The two that come to you that were originally on Wash, and they are going to come towards you as they kind of and are trying to swipe at you in your cloak and trying to hit you wherever they can. Because there's not a lot of flesh that's coming from you, to be honest.
True.
That'll be a 16 and a 15 to hit.
16 is my AC, so that means it beats.
Okay, beats it. For a total of 6 bludgeoning. As it kind of just clunk, and it probably clinks in some of your metal as you hear kind of dunk as it dents a little.
Yeah.
All right, and then Codex, the two of the remaining bloodshed boys.
Ooh, the bloodshed boys.
Make a perception check.
This one has pretty hair.
One has really pretty hair.
I got an 18.
18. You do notice it does look like in their skin these runes are carved. Okay, they're attacking you. They are attacking you, and some of them are trying to swipe towards Issa. 7 and then a 15 to hit you.
7 misses, bless, and I'm gonna cast Silvery Barbs on the other one.
Noted. 15 to hit you.
Damn it! I would like to choose to wild magic, certain. No.
Yeah, can she hit?
The counter is at 6, everyone. We're climbing.
That's insane.
Alrighty. It swipes at you, Codex, and kind of you watch as its hand goes through the bear and just slices at your chest for not slices, but kind of grabs at your chest for 3 bludgeoning as you kind of fight it off to push it back after taking some damage.
I'm gonna turn as I get hit, she's gonna turn and just check to make sure she's aware of trying to get everyone out, so she's gonna turn and just a bit of the flare off from the bear, because it's a shifting visage, it's not completely solid. Part of it kind of flings off and is just hovering around near one and kind of like a little spark of electricity. You have advantage on your next Attack roll, ability check, or saving throw.
You turn to see one has 2 zombies flanked on her. As you see out of the well, the black puddings are all like slowly starting to crawl through the actual ground of this building towards one. You are flanked by 2 zombies, one. It is your turn.
Can I get to Issa's body? Just the body. I just want to touch to give a heal.
Yep, you can do that.
Yeah,
you'd have to disengage, or you'd have to run.
I'm just going to run. I'm going to take it because I can't disengage as a bonus action.
16 and 18.
Both will hit.
Okay. As you kind of like...
I'm literally so fine, everyone. Please. That was the first time I got hit in this combat.
As you kind of like push them back to try to run towards, at least kind of reach Issa being held by Codex, they kind of like grab on your arm and kind of like both like pull at your arm. It kind of like, it feels like they're almost about to break it as you kind of break free from them, taking 8 bludgeoning in total from the 2 of them. As you kind of push off and go to quick heal Issa with a cure wounds, so you can cast that.
Hey, that's 8.
All right, 8
Let's
healing
go.
from.
Thanks.
She's still being held by Codex.
Which is fine by me.
You are still technically in the building. You're behind Codex when you heal Issa, but you still have all of your movement -5 to get out.
Yeah, I'm gonna start making my way downtown.
All right, you kind of launch yourself forward. You walk through the little hallway of Big Codex and Terrence and Wash, to kind of like whoosh, into the outside again. Turning around, kind of getting your image of what's going on. You do see the zombies kind of following you. You hear the black pudding kind of getting out of the well and towards the entrance, and then you do see the 2 zombies that are flanking Codex on the other side that were behind the wall.
My focus like takes in the whole scene. My rifle's pointed, and with my other hand, I'm like, let's keep going.
Top of the round, the ooze will start making their way. They do not make the way out the door, but they are getting very close.
We gotta go.
As they are quickly, they kind of barrel through one of the zombies as you watch its arm kind of melts from the ooze, but they're obviously not focused on the zombies. Codex, you're flanked by 2.
She's gonna like haul Issa up onto her feet, and she's gonna be like, "Can you run?"
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can run.
Codex is gonna give you a nod, and then she's going to jump the hell out of there using Rabbit Hop. So I can jump 15 feet without provoking attacks of opportunity. So I'd like to yeet out of there, and then also start to run.
Gotcha. All right, Terry,
Is it 2 in front of?
2 in front of Issa.
Then I'm going to take the door, spin around, and slam them.
Gotcha.
Same song and dance as the last time. That's a natural 20.
We'll hit.
Let's go!
13 for the second one.
We'll still hit.
19 damage on the first one. And then it's gonna be 11 for the second
So
one.
tell me what happens.
Terry's gonna take the door and like swing at it, and it's gonna just like burst. 11 damage for the second one.
Noted. That one will move back 5 feet. Okay.
And then he's
noted.
going to turn tail and run.
Gotcha. Terrence runs after Codex. You're about 10 feet from Codex.
Also, bam! I'm like, wait, you can't see!
Wash and Issa. Wash first.
Okay, I'm going to rush over to Issa, like, kind of put my arm behind her back, try to push her forward while getting in her place,
Noted.
and then following after, like, running as well.
Okay, so yeah, if you're going to like alleviate her attack of opportunity, it's gonna hit you.
Yep.
You watch as like,
Wash cares about people.
okay, so Wash, you kind of run over to Issa to kind of like push her and take her place so that she doesn't have to have any attacks of opportunity on her. As you hear the ooze kind of like curl up behind the corner of the wall to hit you, you literally kind of like move so quickly, you hit the wall, and you just hear as it just hits the wall on the other side.
Oh, then crush.
I got a critical fail.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It explodes. No, just kidding. Yeah, you guys are dashing. Everybody just make a dex check as you guys are dashing and running.
Oh.
Just one. You just need to get a little further. 1.
15.
Wash.
Modified 20.
Codex.
Can you skip me and come back to me? I have to check if I can do a thing.
Issa.
8.
Terry.
11.
Codex.
Yeah, I'm gonna use Lucky Footwork. I rolled really bad. So I used Tides of Chaos to give myself advantage. It's part of Wild Magic Sorcery. I also rolled bad, so I got an 11.
So did I.
That's fine. 11 works.
The worst.
I will say, just like flavor-wise, since we are like very close to holding hands, like she is struggling to keep up a little bit because she is bleeding heavily. She's super beat up.
He'll pick you up.
So you guys run past the gates of where this building was, and by the point that you guys run back past those gates, if anybody chooses to like look back, you do see they kind of like very, very creepily, very ominously, you see that they are chasing after you, but then the moment you're past that threshold, even though they're still about 30, 40, 50 feet behind you, they do slowly slink back to go back to protect what they were set out to do. Since the threat is now gone from their established place. It's weird. It's scary. It's really creepy and ominous in the dark as you just see like the oozing and like the slinking and the gestating of the ooze kind of like rolls back, and all the undead kind of like turn and go back to either their place in the armor or maybe the proverbial bloodshed. As you guys continue out, Terry at a point kind of like slinks down. As you guys are running, I'm assuming back towards where the black lights are, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably as we're running, I probably turn to look back and see that they stopped following us. And that I probably just literally stopped us for a second. You just continued on.
Mm-hmm. Roll a perception check. Are you sticking close to the river?
Yeah. 20.
You ran for about 5 minutes, and then 20 more minutes of walking a couple minutes ago. You probably haven't all been looking at each other, but one is now gone. But she's not anywhere right behind you, so she must have left a couple minutes ago. But looking around the rest of where you are, you're right by Verano's warehouse.
Damn, we made it far.
Yeah, almost 30 minutes of walking.
I was running right next to her. He's just looking around what? Codex, oh my god. And I just I reach out and grab you by the shoulders and I'm like, are you okay? And I give you all of my lay on hands pool.
What?
So
Wait.
It's 20.
Heal yourself, heal Wash. Yeah, Codex is just kind of looking off into the dark, and she kind of nods at Wash when he says that. And then Issa, when you heal her, she's just gonna grab your arm and be like, Issa, heal yourself, please. You look really bad.
I will. I just
no, now. Do it now.
How does Wash look?
It looks fine.
I'm gonna strangle you.
Fine, I'll do it. Yeah, no, she wants to make sure everyone else is okay before she tends to herself, but I will cast a 2nd level Cure Wounds on myself.
As you guys are where's one, you probably do see what seems like a pulsing light behind Verano's warehouse. That is your best bet to look somewhere, because it's the only thing that looks different. Before you go there to see what's happening, I'm going to backpedal you leaving and say what happened when you left. As you're all walking and you're recognizing okay, we're close back to the warehouse, you feel this pull towards the river.
I'm probably not even thinking. I just turn and kind of if the feeling is palpable, I go towards that sense.
There's a sense of want giving, as it kind of just infects your senses like a splash of perfume.
Yeah.
And you find yourself walking kind of adjacent to everybody, and then suddenly they're not there. You kind of probably brush that off as you walk away. You know you'll find them. As you start to walk behind Verano's warehouse, as it looks like there's this almost X-ray-esque light at the bottom of the riverbed in the shape of a diamond.
Yeah, I probably
before you do anything, this isn't a charm. Well, I mean, it probably is a charm, but it's not a charm anybody can. I don't care if your thing says you can't get charmed. This is a god doing this. Before you RP, know that you are in a way you are enthralled by this thing.
Oh yeah.
You're not being possessed. You're not being told what to do. But very similar with Issa, it's there's this overwhelming encompassing by this feeling, and let that guide your RPing in whatever way you wish.
Yeah, she probably. She reaches into her backpack and pulls out just any old just piece of tool or equipment and kind of sticks it into her gun as she uses for the audience. What you see is the light that goes through her arm goes to the object, and it kind of becomes like a flashlight as she's kind of purveying this. But every step that she takes, usually when you're patrolling, you're kind of taking careful steps. Perusing, it is a much more direct route right to that feeling of want, as she's kind of purveying the sides to make sure no one's coming for her, but she is going towards that thing.
You kind of get to the backside of Verano's warehouse, right along the river, as you're standing on the bricks of this corner dip off. As again, it's just it's you can see the diamond where it is. The best way to describe it, it's in the darkness you just see the vision of a diamond spinning where it is, and light glowing around it. I may take liberties if you don't like it. You can say, rewind, let's not do that. A wisp of the scent of flowers kind of just brushes along your neck You feel your hand kind of follow it with a guide as you kind of tap on your mask as your helmet comes off and your hood comes down, so you can see it a bit more clearly. You're going to take off your cloak and kind of tie it around your waist, very circa 2000 girl in the summertime. I did it too. Gender does not define me. As you then kind of like tap parts of your armor, probably I'd say up to the glove, to kind of have it like all like kind of come in places to let this feeling touch your skin. It's almost like you basically are wearing like a tank top of the armor and like metal gloves that has the little flashlight. By this point, the five of you probably are like, you probably walk by and see one looking like this, just staring into the water. And you do see this kind of glow of like, it's almost a pink, but she's kind of like very creepily just standing there and staring down at the water. That's probably, because it's like imagine like, you know, like 1800s London where it's like there's the little like block and like you're on like not a sidewalk because it's not very long, but you know, the side trim of this river.
Is it in the water?
It is definitely under the water and all that stuff.
If it's in the water and you all turn, you probably see her standing there very creepily, and you see her like touch all the armor on her body as it kind of like forms into like its own little briefcase, and she puts it to the side. As you see her like in her dress, and you see her start to like take the dress off as she like kind of swan dives into the water.
Josh is going to immediately flick his cigarette because of course he lit up after.
I mean, as soon as we stopped
Yeah.
running, you were like...
No, like as soon as we got away he was like,
You're dashing. You're like,
he's
Give me
gonna
the power.
flick his cigarette away and it's like, this idiot's gonna fucking drown, and start making his way over.
Okay.
Yeah, the second we see one, Codex is just gonna yell, one, and like start hauling ass.
As you start booking it, you kind of hear, "Hello, Issa?" As Casimir is screaming for Issa in past the black lights. Not screaming, but like loudly saying things. Because the sending stone went away. He's like, what the fuck happened? Anybody who's not watched right now, who's turning back, you can still see like in that little courtyard area in front of the warehouse. You watch as Maud, Shay, and Kaz kind of like are running in, Kaz at the front to find you guys. Kaz is running up and sees Issa and like kind of grabs her by your shoulders like, I did not know what happened. What happened? He looks very concerned.
I think I died twice.
Kind of looks back to Shay and Maud and is like, okay. I grabbed them because I didn't know where you were and I didn't know where they were.
Yeah, one just dove into the river.
I'm, just for note, I am also hauling ass towards where one just jumped into the river.
You're running, you're jumping in?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Wash and Codex are running after her, and there's something at the bottom of the river that one wants, and it doesn't. She's in a trance. But thanks for coming.
Shay instantly is dashing.
Okay, Shay dashes forward. Maud kind of goes, trance? What do you mean trance? What does that mean?
I don't know. She was looking at the river. There's something like kind of glowing at the bottom. I don't know what it is, and she was just staring at it and like automatically just kind of removed her armor and then dove into the river.
Maud rolls her eyes and kind of, okay, let me check it out. And she kind of like walks forward as Kaz is still like holding on to you, looking very concerned. Like,
Terry's standing behind them and is like, and then just decides to run towards the river, but stops because he can't swim.
all right. One, as you like are kind of swimming down, you kind of see like it's almost like this vision changes and shifts. Even though like you should be underwater, it's like you are swimming and you kind of like are lifted up into like a standing place, as if like you go from swimming to walking. You know, sometimes like movies like I'm flying and now I'm like I land in my walking. It's kind of like you swim into a walk as you are in this like what looks like this small temple almost with sigils you've never seen and shapes of statues you've never been aware of. As you just see what looks like the diamond on top of a small pillar, and out of it kind of like whoosh, there's this wisp of pink smoke as you see this being kind of form from the smoke from the bottom up, as she is like fully like it's like a the best we can say it's like a Valentine rose pink. Like it's not like Scary Arathia pale pink. It's like the colors of Valentine M&M's pink. As you see this like woman kind of be formed from this. And as soon as like she forms, and it's like this like kind of like almost bubblegum pink. That's the best way to say it. Like this bubblegum pink kind of like forms of flesh, and it does for a second. It's very Sailor Moon like naked body. You watch as it looks like some of her skin tots as this like latex red dress kind of like up to the top of her breasts, and you watch as it looks like very almost Hellraiser Cenobites as it kind of like loops into her skin at the sides into the back, and gloves kind of like and they're fingerless gloves that also like they seem to like sew into her skin, and then her lips they turn to this bright red, and she kind of like winces a bit at the pain, but she kind of like releases a smile. You've seen one of these before. And that's where we're going to end today's episode.
Welcome back.
Sorry for like 5 seconds.
The Table is Yours releases episodes in video and podcast format every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific. You can follow The Table is Yours everywhere by the handle @TTIYDND. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you at the table next time.